As you know your budget, you have capex budget and opex budget. Okay, if you are talking about capex budget, will cover the fixed asset transactions. Okay, clear? Okay, in order to create new fixed asset, what you need to create fixed asset? As per requirements, you have classification of groups of fixed assets. Okay, so it will be in the setup to design your groups. Okay, so we have here fixed asset setup, we have here fixed asset groups. We have here many fixed asset groups as per your requirements. These groups you can add new group anytime. Okay, we have here fixed asset for buildings. Okay, fixed asset group for building leasehold, building, okay, formworks, furniture and fixtures, IT and software, land, leasehold improvements, office equipments, plant and machinery. Okay, whatever the groups you have, you need to create new group. Okay, this is point number 1, to create new group. Just click on the new button and give fixed asset group and name. Okay, number 2, what is the type of this fixed asset? Some of the assets tangible and some of other assets is non-tangible asset. Some other asset is goodwill. Okay, اللي هي which is اللي هي السمعة أو goodwill. Okay. Okay, measure type, you can create more classification for asset. For example, you have IT and software, you have under IT and softwares, you have hardwares, and the hardwares you have laptops, and you have printers, so you reclassify the fixed asset itself. Okay, the fixed asset also is related to number sequence code. What is the number sequence code? This is how the fixed asset coding structure will be on the system. Okay, every fixed asset group we can assign number sequence code. Okay, this is the coding structure. How to create the coding structure for the asset? From here, view details, you click new. Okay, for example, this is scaffolding. Okay, what is the digits you need? This is if you need the value, company dash alphanumeric transactions. If you need to create any, for example, for tools, you have number sequence code for tools, view details, it will be TOO dash hashes. Okay, so through this screen you can create the coding structure for any master data on the system. And this coding structure, after I finish, I just take it and put it here. Okay, I will find all the transactions, all the sequence codes. Okay, what is the most important thing here? According to the group, the fixed assets depreciation periods will be considered. Okay, so once I create tools group, I have here a value model. What is the value model? Every group has its related value model or related setup. Value model like a book that you register all the setup for the fixed asset group or the fixed asset itself. So all the groups have a value model, okay, and all the fixed asset transactions has a value model also. For example, if we open the group we have here, I just click on group for vehicles. I will click on value model. What is the value model contains? Okay, most important thing is to say that fixed asset will have depreciation or not. This checkbox. If I click depreciation, system will run depreciation for this item. If it's fixed, if this fixed asset is not run depreciation for example, for lands, we don't run depreciation for lands. I don't need to click the checkbox. Depreciation periods, okay. For example, for this group for vehicles, you are make the setup for system to be 5 years.
Yeah.
So depreciation period will be 16 months. If I make it, for example, 6 years.
Do you have a standard service life?
No, we don't have a standard.
I mean, in our company, it's 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
For which?
For all the fixed assets.
No, it's different.
Mr. Locke already changed, brother.
Yeah,
You already changed it.
Oh, really?
I
For
will
every particular, that's what it's like this.
Oh,
You already changed all the classification.
oh, really?
Particular. He prepared the memo and he sent email.
Oh, that's good.
He changed already.
Mm.
Previously it's 4, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like this. That's
Now-
why this is what
Now it
what
will
we
be
do.
5 years for fixed asset vehicles. It will be 5 years. Okay, so from this transaction you decide the depreciation period and service life. Okay, so for any transaction, once I create the group, I click on the value model. So number 1, create the fixed asset group. Number 2, create the fixed asset number sequence in order to assign the coding structure for the asset. Okay, number 3 is to set up the value model. Okay, IT and softwares. Okay, for example, for IT and software is 4 years. Okay, and this is applicable for depreciation. If you have a land, you will not find the depreciation checkbox marked. Okay, also you can assign fixed asset for a location. For example, if you need to assign the fixed asset group for a specific location. Okay, we have 2 locations for Jeddah and Riyadh.
Yeah.
You can define for all location and assign it for the group. You can assign standard location for the group, and on the fixed asset master data itself you can change. Okay, so every new fixed asset related to this group system will take this location. But once I create the asset and I need to change this group of locations, I can change. Okay.
Please, can you repeat the last one?
Okay. This is a standard setup for the group.
Okay.
If I need to change for the fixed asset related to this group, I can change it from the fixed asset master data.
You can't change it?
I can change.
Oh, you can change
You can change.
Okay.
Okay, so if I know this group, all of these assets related to this group, it will consider specific location, or around 800% is for this location. I can assign on the group as a group location. And also, if I found some of these assets have a different location related to this group, I can go to the fixed asset master data and change the location. Okay. Number 4 is to create from general tab here depreciation periods. Depreciation period will be converted to monthly. Once I click here service life, it will be converted to the number of months. What is the depreciation convention? Depreciation of convention is your decision when you will start the depreciation for your asset. For example, some of policies in some companies, if you buy this asset in the 15th of this month, the depreciation will start from the 1st of the month, or from the last of the month, or whatever according to the policy. For example, you have here depreciation convention, okay, half year, okay, 4 months, mid-quarter, mid-months. Okay, when the depreciation will start? From the 15th of the month, from the start of the year, from the next year, according to this convention. Okay, so you can select this depreciation convention, the fixed asset group, and also for the fixed asset itself. Clear? We have also a fixed asset posting profiles. What is the meaning of fixed asset posting profiles? The posting profiles is how the transactions you create on system, it will be financially affected on system. Okay, So once you create acquisition transaction, what it will be the transaction? Of course, once you create acquisition transaction, the fixed asset acquisition will be debited. For example, another example for depreciation. What is depreciation transaction? Debit expense and credit accumulated. Okay, so the system generates these transactions. Okay, how system knows this accounts? Okay, it will be through the posting profiles. So you will find here fixed asset posting profiles. Okay, for example, for this accounts, this is the acquisition account for each transaction. If you need to create depreciation, what system debit and what credit? Okay, the system will debit the depreciation expense here. For example, for buildings, this is depreciation expense for building, depreciation building leasehold or buildings. Okay, from here
Oh,
Accumulated.
if you go to acquisition,
it will be accumulated depreciation. Okay, so the system generate the financial effect.
okay.
Okay, what is the system transactions? You have acquisition. This is once you create the asset or once you acquire the asset.
It's
Okay.
like a guide, no? What you use.
Yeah, you can change anytime,
Yeah,
you can update. Okay, this is acquisition transaction to acquire the asset. If you acquire this asset and you need to create any adjustment, sometimes you create this acquisition by mistake. Okay, and you need to make adjustment, or you create this fixed asset and you need to create adjustment for installation. For example, you have a fixed asset as acquisition and acquisition adjustment for installation. Okay, you have depreciation transactions. What?
Okay.
You have depreciation transaction, you have depreciation adjustments also, you have revaluation, you can also write up transaction, write down disposal sale and disposal scrap. Okay, this
So
is,
if we're going to use pala all of this in an account, we need to put it in the GL pala.
yeah, it's already look up from the chart of accounts.
This should be also connected.
Yeah, it's
For
already,
example, if all this situation will be used pala like in the future, if all these situations from acquisition
yeah,
to the revaluation.
it's already existing here. The acquisition, this is the acquisition adjustment, depreciation adjustment, disposal sale,
Somewhere
disposal scrap.
the
This,
grid is empty, but it's there, no? Okay, all we need to do pala is connect it.
okay, for disposal sale,
Nice.
this is the transaction system will be created once you dispose the assets. It will reverse the depreciation and reverse the accumulated. All this transaction will be auto created from system. Okay, for financial purpose, you need to know which this fixed asset, once it will hit the expense account, what is the related business unit, what is the related project. So on the fixed asset itself, you will find a financial dimension tab to assign the asset here. I will see you only this point in the fixed asset screen now. Okay, you have here financial dimension. So the system will look up for the accounts from the posting profile and will look up for the analytical point of accounts from these dimensions. Okay, what is the required dimensions for the fixed asset? You have here business unit, you have which cost center, which department, which project. Okay, for example, this fixed asset related to just that. Some other assets will be related to civil construction, infrastructure, logistics, corporate service. Okay, which cost center, which department, which project. Okay, we need to create new fixed assets. If I click or I create new fixed asset, will be not acquired, it will be just a new fixed asset. Okay, so let's create new fixed assets. How to create fixed asset? Just click here, new fixed asset. How I access this page? Okay, fixed asset module, common fixed assets, fixed assets. Okay, I can create new fixed assets and I can copy fixed assets. For example, I buy two laptops, same specifications and same acquisition price and same transaction, same everything. I can click here and click copy fixed assets. System will be copy this fixed asset with the next code on system. Let's try to create new fixed asset. First questions, which is mandatory, what is the fixed asset groups? The importance of fixed asset group, it will be, according to the fixed asset group, the number of years of depreciation will be assigned to this fixed asset, the coding structure will be assigned, and all the data or setup I have created in the fixed asset group, it will be applied on this fixed asset. For example, let's consider that we have this fixed asset for furniture and fixtures. Okay, what is the name? Let's give a name for this fixed assets. Okay, furniture and fixtures. Okay, we can create it meeting room or meeting room table. Okay, this is the name. System by default will get this search name without any spaces in order to be very easy once you make search. Okay, so you have fixed asset group and fixed asset number. This number comes from the coding that I have assigned in the fixed asset group. Okay, it will be furniture. Okay, system will ask you what is the type of this fixed assets. It will be tangible, non-tangible, financial, land buildings, goodwill, other. It will be helpful for reports and inquiries. System can ask you what is the quantity of this fixed asset, how many people you have by, how many laptops you have by. Okay.
Now we are creating a voucher or
no,
not a voucher.
I master that.
A type of
just the fixed asset card.
Oh, okay.
Just fixed. I don't create transactions yet.
Oh.
I just create the assets. Okay, and once I create the asset, I will create acquisition transaction for this assets that I have created.
Fixed asset number. Fixed asset number you're creating the fixed asset number.
Yeah, same like if you need to generate vendor invoices and this vendor is new in system. You go to vendor, okay, and register the vendor, and then you go to register the vendor invoice.
But why not in the assets a different approach? For example, once the PO is prepared, then the item is delivered, it already goes directly to the asset. Once the item is already delivered and the people here receive it, somebody received the item here, so it's already booked as asset. Why not like that, the approach? Then we just have a pending item there that need to pay. There's a list of the items that need to be paid to the supplier, right? Okay. And not just it will be booked upon payment to supplier.
Okay.
Why not like that, the approach? You can do that.
You have your question is we can split your question. Can we do that? Yeah. Yes, we can do that.
You can do that approach.
We can do that approach. You can do this approach. When we can do this approach, this is our question.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. If you apply this approach, it will be you need to register. You need to work with procurement.
Yes, there's procurement module, right?
Okay, but not within this phase. This is phase only for finance.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So if I decide to work as a purchase order, I need to start this item. All the cycle for the items. Okay. For procurement cycle, for purchase requisitions, for approvals, for budgeting, for inventory to receive the assets.
Yes, this is what we understand. Right now we're on the financial module pa eh.
Yeah.
And later on the HR module will be uploaded.
Once
the procurement module will be also uploaded. So everything will be uploaded. So my question is, we approach the different way. Once the item is received, there's what you call this.
How you receive the item? How you receive the item? In order to receive the item, first thing you need to create the items.
Yes, yes. This is what I'm asking. So once we receive the item,
I know. Give me time, please, to answer your question. Okay. Okay. If you create an item, you need to work with procurement module.
Module, yes.
Okay, and you need to work with inventory module. This is within not this phase now. We can work, of course, but not within this phase. Okay, once you start with procurement and items and the project, all this transaction will be somehow different. It will be created through purchase requests that you need to create, that you need to acquire new assets for you. If you need to buy any item or any fixed asset, you will create a request. This request will take approvals and will be converted to PO. Once this PO is approved, the quotation will be applied for the vendors. The quotations that approved it will be converted for the PO. Okay, and system will look up for the budget, if there is a budget for capex to buy this asset or not. Okay, once you agreed on the price and agreed on the budget, okay, you receive, the vendor will give you the asset, so the inventory department will receive this asset. Once you receive this asset, it will be in the inventory. Okay, and once it will be in the inventory, okay, once anyone start this fixed asset transaction will be converted from inventory to a fixed asset item. Okay, and will register the vendor invoice and vendor payment. So somehow cycle may be changing after we work with all system. Okay, so what we will agree to work on now is to create a fixed asset card. Okay, and then create the fixed asset acquisition. Okay, first transactions is to create the fixed asset. Click new. Okay, fixed asset number will come automatic, name and search name, type. Okay, the quantity, unit of measure, unit cost. Okay, you have here. Okay. We have here also all technical information that you need to assign for the fixed asset. For example, fixed asset: make, model year, serial number, guarantee date, any technical information related to the fixed asset, any information you need to add, last maintenance, next maintenance, information 1, information 2. Okay, next maintenance, once you add here the next maintenance, system can give you a notifications for next time maintenance for this asset. Okay, you have here asset conditions. You can create asset condition, good, bad, whatever the condition of the asset. This is the fixed asset location. So here, this is the tabs. This is general information about the assets. Here, any technical informations. Here, any data related to insurance. If I insure for this fixed asset, for example, I have a car. What is the insured vendor? تعاونية متحدة, whatever. Okay, what is the policy number? Policy expiration date, policy amount, insured value, replacement cost, insured date 1, insured date. Okay, whatever.
Here also, if we put the policy expiration date.
Yes. Yes. You have main feature in AX, okay, to give you alert. What is the meaning of alert? Create alert rule. You have here create alert rule. What is the meaning of create alert rule? Okay, I can create alert rule once this date come, or before this date come. Okay, will give you notifications. System will ask you alert who, which user. I will alert this user. Okay, what is subject for alert? Please update the fixed asset policy or fixed asset insurance. Okay, this is related to fixed asset locations. The physical inventory, contact, lease note, mapping. If I need to add the map through the GPS, I can add also. We have also which department who is responsible for this fixed asset. If we are using the barcoding system, we can add the barcode. You have if this asset is missing assets. This checkbox, it will become if using the barcoding system. If the system will not find this asset, will be converted to missing assets. Okay. You have also here report sorting if you need to create some sorting of reports for the asset. For example, you have financial features and sub classifications. Reference and notes if you add any notes. Disposal restriction, document locations, any data. Structure if these assets have main fixed asset. Okay, so you will find this fixed asset and a sub fixed asset related for. Okay, what is the other data related to this fixed asset? I can change fixed asset group. This is number one. I can copy this fixed asset. I can lend this fixed asset. Okay. For example, this projector. Another department requests this projector. Okay. I can say here the lending date, expected return date, actual return date, lended to. Okay. I can transfer fixed asset between financial dimension values. For example, from a department to department, from cost center to cost center, from a project to another project. Okay, fixed asset additions. I can add additions for this fixed assets. Okay, so if this fixed asset, I can create a new fixed asset to be added for this main fixed asset. So it will be sub fixed asset. Okay, also I can create any attachment here. Okay, for example, the document that is approved that to buy this fixed asset, I can attach here. I can scan and attach only new document, file, note, URL, whatever. You need only to specify the space that you will on the server to be as an active directory, in order to be the location or storage location for these documents. Okay. So you have created this asset, and we have entered all the data related to this fixed asset. The next step is to create fixed asset acquisition journals. Okay, just click on new. I have 4 types of journals: fixed asset acquire, fixed asset depreciation, fixed asset disposal, fixed asset split. If I need to split this fixed asset for another fixed asset. Fixed asset acquire. Okay, just click here, click lines. ايه
انا باول سيشن ما كنت فما عرفت ما بيعرف يكون الجزئيه.
هنقولها بالتفصيل ما تقلقش، هنقولها بالتفصيل. Okay, we will return for the asset in order to specify or mention some information. We have creating this fixed asset meeting room table. Okay, once you create fixed asset, if you click on the value model related to the asset, we have 2 value model for the group and value model for the asset itself. Okay, so the asset status is not yet acquired. What is the meaning of not yet acquired? I don't create acquisition transaction for this asset. Okay, this asset is applicable for depreciation. Okay, this is the depreciation run date. What will be the depreciation run date? For example, by default it's come as today date session. Okay, what is the service life for this group as its furniture and fixtures will be 10 years. Okay, in the general tab you can here add the acquisition price as an info. Okay, you can in the depreciation tab you can add any data related to depreciation. Expected scrap value. What is the meaning of expected scrap value? Some of assets, if it's hit specific amount or specific value, I don't need to run depreciation for this fixed asset. For example, sum of asset, if it's get 5,000 trial, stop depreciation. Okay, so I will add here as a expected scrap value. Once it arrive to this value, system will stop depreciation. By default, system stop depreciation at the level of 1 real. But for some cases, you need to I need to keep the value for this fixed asset with specific value. For example, I need to keep this projector scrapped value with 100 real, so I can add here 100 real. Once the depreciation get 100, once the net book value for the asset arrive to 100 real, system will stop depreciation. Okay. Here, financial dimension. What is dimension related to the fixed assets? Okay. Why it's mandatory to add the dimension? In order to, once you create acquisition, system will create the journal or the acquisition transaction. For example, system will hit the debit account for fixed asset acquisition. Okay. What is the dimension? Is the analytical point for the account. So I need to add here the business units. Financial dimension مش واضحة صح؟ أوضحها لك بالتفصيل بس إيه هي الفكرة فيها. Sorry Jad, I will took this in Arabic in order to be more clear for him.
No problem.
Okay. الفكرة في financial dimension هو التحليل المالي للحساب أو البعد المالي للحساب. يعني مثلا إيه أنت زمان لما كنت عندك basic salary for example. In the old model of chart of accounts, you have basic salary for each department have specific account, right? For each project, for each business unit, you have separate accounts. So I can create one account with separate dimensions. تمام؟ فبختار بيبقى عندي في الشورت اوف اكونت حساب واحد اسمه بيزك سالري وبيطلع لي بقى الديجيتس بتاعته. او ايه بيقول لي ايه بيزك سالاري ده انه اداره، فبساله فاقول مثلا اداره المشتريات. تمام، فانا عندي حساب واحد بقدر استخدمه على كل الادارات. تمام، فنفس بستخدمه على كل الادارات، بستخدمه على كل المشاريع. زمان انت كنت عندك في بيزك سالاري كل حساب الاداره بتلاقي مثلا اوبريشن ادمنستريشن مش عارف ايه سيلز اند ماركتنج، كنت بتلاقي الشورت اكونت متقسمه بالشكل ده. دلوقتي لا، هو حساب واحد وعندك الدايمنشنز بتاعته. تمام، بدأت توضح شوية؟ تمام. Financial dimension is clear, Gerard?
Yes, yes.
Okay. We will talk in financial dimension in more details in the GL session.
Okay. What just add with me is that every time we need to post transaction, same with AP, we need to go there in the financial dimension.
AP?
We need to define it first. Previously kasi the last training is about accounts payable. So when we pay vendor, we need to go every time. We need to define it.
No.
No, just one time. Why previously every time we need to create payment, you need to go here?
We don't talking about payments now, Gerard. Okay. Yes. We are talking about fixed assets. Once we arrive to the payment transaction, we'll talk it. More details, but
so it's a different approach.
Yeah, we need to focus mainly on the fixed asset module. Okay. So we have this our business units. We have civil, infrastructure, Jeddah logistics, corporate service, head office. Okay, we can select. For example, it will be for Jeddah. What is the cost center? Engineer Villa 2. فورمان فيلا.
هيك مقسمينها كونترانترز؟ مش بروجيات؟
لا، في بروجيكتس.
هذه كمان بس سكن صح؟ بحط على الآية
تمام، خلينا نختار هنا الكوست سنتر.
But there are items to say assigned to this.
cost centers. حكي عربي. بتختلف بين اذا بزنس يونت مثلا رياض بتختلف الكوست سنتر ولا الكوست سنتر هن موجودين للكل؟
They do not matter.
يعني تنفترض معانا الكوست سنتر ولا will be the same؟
The cost center are only for real. Specifically assigned for real.
ماشي. For the master data for the asset, it will be not affected. Once you open this is for master data.
Okay.
It will find all the dimensions. But when you enter transactions, it will be different. We can make this setup, no problem. Once you select Jeddah, you will get cost center only for Jeddah.
Yeah.
Once you click this Jeddah, you will get only Jeddah projects.
Yeah.
We can do this approach. If we agree on this approach, we can do. No problem. Okay. So, but here in the fixed asset or any master data, what is the meaning of master data? Is the vendor itself, the fixed asset master data, the customer, the item, whatever. This is master data. For the master data, you will find all the mesh. But when you enter transactions, system will restrict you according to the financial dimension or the cost center you have selected. If you open Jeddah, it will restrict you to select from Jeddah project or from Jeddah cost center. Okay, which department? This is our department. Okay, for example, information technology. For which project we can select ERP projects, for example, if we have. ERP project is not registered yet. Okay. When system will restrict you, we have entered here the main dimension for the asset. In order to every time the system run depreciation will take